Hey CSA, welcome to week 12. We're officially in tomato season, and I'm going to take you over to the table here in a second and introduce you to all the varieties you'll be seeing in your basket. Yeah, it's going to be exciting, and it's also going to be one of the fullest weeks. The bounty is also coming right in with the tomatoes. So sweet corn, melons, all sorts of good things. So, all right, well, let's go do that. All right, so this is kind of the array of tomatoes that you guys are going to see this year. These you're familiar with. These are the black cherry tomatoes that you've already received. And some of you have already got a few of these. This is the Jet Star, the classic red tomato that we always grow. There's going to be a few more later on of these kind of red tomatoes, but this is the one this is always our go-to. It's the sweetest and it's definitely the most flavorful. Then also you're going to see these little red indigo, and they're a cool new heirloom variety that we're trying out, and they're technically called a black tomato, so that's fun. You'll see those. This is an old favorite of ours, Japanese black truffle. Another heirloom, just a really good solid all-around slicer. The other cherry that you're getting is these bumblebee. Those are fun. They're really sweet. They've got a nice kind of pretty interior. I love how that looks, that little pink. And they're super tasty as well. And then this is going to be your big heirloom of the year, and that is called striped German. So that's kind of the array of tomatoes. There is going to be a few others and some late plantings, but these are the main ones for the main season. So real quick, I wanted to show you some of these tomatoes. This one right here, I wanted to show you how to peel it. So the reason that you would peel a tomato is that you can maybe do like a lot of people do that for canning. They peel it so that the peel's not in there. We don't really do that so much. We don't mind, but if you were going to, you could do that. You could also do it for what's called tomato concasse, which goes into salads. But I'll show you what that is afterwards. So essentially you need a pot of boiling water. We have a pot of very, very, very close to boiling water, and then an ice bath, so just a bowl of water. So hot water, cold water, and then what you're going to do is you're going to take a chef's knife or a paring knife and just do this very gently. Do it on the table actually, just to keep your fingers out of the mix. Cut your core out, and it's generally easier with a paring knife, and always cut away from yourself. Don't always take my advice, but always cut away from yourself. Take that advice. And then you're going to score it. So you're just going to take a little slit on the top, little X, and then you're going to put it in your hot water. Usually you'd have this boiling, but we don't really have that opportunity out here, that option. So you're just going to let that sit in there for maybe 20-30 seconds. You're not really trying to cook the tomato. You're just trying to get the peel to come loose. So you'll see those little scores there will start to break apart. And it's literally maybe somewhere between 20 and 40 seconds. It's really all it should take. So once that sort of starts to peel back, and you can do a bunch of these at once. You don't have to just do one tomato. But this is just to kind of show you. So then you just peel your tomato. Actually, first, it's easier if you just throw it in your cold water so you don't have to handle a hot tomato. So that'll actually also shock it. That'll keep it from cooking further. And then once you have your cold tomato nice and peeled, and it won't take that long to chill it because you didn't really cook it. It was only in there for a little while. Then you can take that, and I like to use a bread knife with tomatoes. It just cuts through them easier, and it cuts through the skin easier, so it's easier with raw tomatoes. And you can do a number of things. I mean, you can core them like this, take all your seeds out, and then this is what, I didn't get quite the seeds there, but this is what tomato concasse is. It's just a nice little thing of tomatoes that you can throw into salads and things like that. And then you can use all this for sauces, and all that extra meat you can use for sauces. But yeah, so generally like a chef would take that core out and then go through and dice it up like this. And you can use that for all sorts of things. And it's great because you don't have the skin to compete with when you're chewing on it. So that's kind of just an easy preparation for tomatoes, and a breakdown of some of the tomatoes that you guys are going to be getting. And we'll see you all next week.